Hey YouTube, coming at you with another one. Trying to get as many as I can done, so that way you guys can get to practicing and all of that stuff. As you can see, I've opened up to 88 keys on here just so I could and show you. The keyboard that I'm using is only 61 key, and it's got a little octave displacement because the lowest that it goes is here. But if I displace the octave, then it'll show it down here, which is what I'm going to need to do for this video, because it starts off with the B flat down here, almost near the end of the keyboard. And so, of course, we all know this song. Everybody knows it by the intro. Now, again, you may not do this song in B flat. I do apologize. Again, take what I'm doing, put it in the key that you need it to be, because the relationship between the notes are always going to be the same. So build the chord the way it needs to be in the key that you need it to be in. And again, if you feel like you can do it in B flat, then by all means try, because not every song person can sing in C for every song. You gotta have some variety. And believe it or not, I've seen some, many times musicians are, if you're not willing to go outside and beyond your own horizon, then you're limited. Especially if you're, a musician, you are limiting your song leader and what they are able to do, because you have not allowed yourself to be outside of your comfort zone. And if you're always just playing in C and G, well, there's a lot of other keys out there, and I'm sure your song leader and whoever would be very grateful if your playing was able to be more accommodating. Again, I'm not trying to be condescending, but that's why, things do come with practice. And that's why I said from the beginning, this isn't a hard and fast run just to be like, oh, okay, well, I can, I can play this song. But it also is for you to understand how music is built, so that you can, have a better understanding. So when you are practicing, you know what you're doing and you are better informed. All that being said, I'm the Lord that healeth thee. I have a little, I just opened up Logic and have a little track that'll be playing, and so it may block out temporarily the keyboard on here, but that should not be a problem by the time I get to it. We're gonna take this intro hand by hand, and the reason I do that is because in the original recording, which is where pretty much everybody starts this intro from, it starts on a B flat, okay? And so if we were counting this off, it's going to come in on beat 1. So if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's what Stan's doing. And now he's got both hands going together at the same time, but I found the best way to get this intro is to divide and conquer, because you're doing parallel motion in the hands, and then at one point you do contrary motion and go right back into the parallel, and that can kind of trip you up if you're not prepared for it. Get each hand prepared to come together as seamlessly as possible. Let's take that once again. I'm going to slow it down a little bit with my counting. Again, and all he's doing is just rocking back and forth, but there's a set groove, and you can kind of hear it. I'll take it a little bit slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. I'll tap it with it. missed a tap, but that's okay. You kind of get how that's going. That's the left hand part. Now again, the song's not that slow, and you know, like I said, if you're satisfied with how you play it, then that's more than okay with me. I'm just putting it out there to, you know, whomever may wish to avail themselves of it. Now, in the right hand, it starts with, and this should be D flat, and I'm going to go ahead and really quick switch this to flats just because we're in B flat, kind of B flat minor-ish. Typically, in gospel, if they give a key and it's like B flat or C, you typically inherently will always play a minor 7 rather than a major or a dominant 7, or, you know, 7. It just, I don't know, it just seems to sound better with gospel to put that minor 7 on top of it, even though, you know, the rest of the chords may be, you know, major, built around the major scale. It just helps to start it off on that minor, just a gospel thing. But it starts off with again, filling out the rest of this B flat minor 7. You got the B flat down here, and you've got the A flat, D flat, and F, the other part of it up here, and you're going to alternate here between that D flat in second inversion and this C minor in second inversion. Okay. Get used to that change, especially if you plan on playing it in this key. Whatever key you plan on playing it in, then you're going to use that change a lot. Sometimes I will add a B flat in there. Sometimes just now that's the part that you kind of have to listen for. Everybody knows that. I've heard, like I say, I've heard some wild and out arrangements of this song, but I'm trying to stick as close to the original. So you've got this, and then you have the B flat, D flat, A flat. Again. So the B, you have this A flat twice, and then it comes down to the G, and then your pointer finger is what it's doing. That's kind of what he's adding in there. Let's take that again very slowly. 1, 2, ready, and. Again. One more time. Okay, now we're going to add both hands here. So again, remember that left hand. Boom, bop, ba, ba. It's got a nice little, again, 1980, you know, late disco era type of a sound to it. Let's just go to the left hand one more time just to make sure we've got it. Okay, putting both of them together. Some of y'all are like, oh Lord help me. Exactly, you're going to need them to. Let's take it very slowly. We're going to go very slowly. I'm talking like turtle speed. So now taking both hands together, we're going to put both hands together. Now where you may run into trouble is when you have that, again, we're going kind of in contrary motion, but then the second time, that's it. Out of nowhere, we just jump into parallel motion, and then we come back to kind of this contrary motion thing. That may be where it trips you up. We're going to take it very slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. Again, a little faster. Okay, let's take it right at under full tempo. 1, 2, 3, and. Good. Let's take it at full tempo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. So after you come out of that intro, then you're pretty much just kind of, there's no set thing except the right hand has to all but keep that. And again, by this time you're out of the intro, so you can take it up the octave. Sometimes I'll kind of catch a little B flat right there. And I'm just hitting that octave. Or sometimes I'll just kind of keep that. Instead of coming back up, I'll kind of keep the same rhythm going. But you can, again, and inversions. So you don't have to, stay confined to just, what you're doing before. You can expand it. So let's take the intro, and then I'm going to just kind of goof around with it. I've got a little track here that I'm going to play. Hopefully I can stay with it. I opened up Logic really quickly, so I've got my little, I know it's cheesy, so y'all forgive me, but it's the only thing I can find to spare the moment. So I've got my little, and my click right now is at 133. 1, 2, ready, and. So that's kind of, basically it. Hopefully if y'all were able to see on the I am. Get the C line. Now, if you want to get fancy and sometimes I'll make it a minor 11 with a 9 with the thumb on these. With the sharp 9 and the flat 9. So it's gonna, you know, basically that's basically it. You know, we start off with that again. Start off with that intro. Make sure you've got that. Make sure you know once you got that, then you're basically off and running. You don't have to get it note for note, but I'm just showing you how it should go because the piano usually starts that song. I've heard instances where the bass starts it, you know, and again, people have their own arrangements and what have you. I've heard some pretty interesting ones. For me, I kind of like to keep it with the original, but that's basically on the Lord that Healeth Thee. I hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.